You've gotten a lot farther than you should have. But then you haven't met Frank Horrigan either. Your ride's over, Muty. Time to die.
Huh? Frank who?
Me, Frank Horrigan. That's who. United States Secret Service. You aren't going anywhere from here.
Hold on, let's talk this over.
We just did. Time for talking's over.
Wait!
Making our reactor melt down means that things are going to be pretty hot in here soon. Pity you won't live long enough to see it. You're not a hero. You're just a walking corpse.
You talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? I don't think so. Hello, and welcome to the channel of the Mini Mad Cat. I'm Tom. My friends on the internet call me Mad Cat. Today, I present to you a showcase of my current Enclave force, and I'll take you through how I painted them from start to finish. I've been a fan of Fallout ever since the PC Gamer demo release back in 1997. When Fallout came out, it was no exception. I spent many hours playing it, oftentimes taking it in turns with my good old friend Subbanana. If I recall correctly, I didn't ever own Fallout 2 myself, but over the course of many game sessions, we both completed the game and had to face Frank Horrigan in all his terrifying glory. Until I was researching this video, I never knew that the character was voiced by Michael Dorn, who most people will know better as the actor who played Worf in Star Trek's The Next Generation. On review, it's dumbfounding that I've never recognised this before. It seems so obvious. Anyway, on to the painting. So I started with a black primer through my airbrush, using Vallejo's Gloss Black Surface Primer. Any black primer will do if you wish to follow along, but the gloss black will help to ensure a smooth finish later down the line. The finishing colour scheme is a split lighting effect of a clean, warm lighting from the front and strong and cold blue lighting from the back. After priming, I started with the blue backs.
You back bucks and I back bucks, right? I back bucks and I back bucks. You back bucks.
This starts with putting Night Sky Indigo by Reaper across the entirety of the back of the model. I then move up in value to Void Blue and other Reaper paint, shooting with the airbrush from a 45-degree angle downwards. And ultimately, at an angle between that 45 degrees of the last colour and the top-down angle of the next colour, I shoot the models with Vallejo's model Air Blue. Finally, using a mix of Vallejo's Electric Blue and a touch of the previous blue, I shoot the models from above, but still approaching from the back side. Then we're on to the colours used on the front side. The first colour is Vallejo's German Black Brown, covering the majority of the front side of the model. Once that's done, I mix in a single drop of Vallejo's Red Leather and a large brush load of Citadel's Ushabti Bone with the German Black Brown to mix the value up. Progressively adding more Shabti Bone into the mix and shooting the models with the airbrush from progressively higher angles until I'm almost on pure Shabti Bone from directly down. All of the process I've just described can be seen in the live streams titled Fallout Wasteland Warfare Enclave, and that particular part of the process is the live stream that's marked as the first part, part 1, airbrush, linked in the show notes. The rest of the paintwork is really very simple. Having done the vast majority of the work with the airbrush in the simple steps I've just described, Frank has red lenses in contrast to his followers' golden lenses, and instead of the Enclave symbol, he has the US Enclave flag, which was a fantastic challenge to paint. He's also standing on an expired Deathclaw. This was the first thing we attacked after airbrushing. We gave it a coat of Citadel's Agaros Dunes contrast paint, making sure to remove any excesses after application. It was then highlighted using that paint mixed with ivory and blue horror, considering the direction of the imagined cream and blue light sources as we go along. We then paint out any details like hoses, guns, the piping at the back of the knees and exposed nuts, bolts, hinges, vents and servos. After this we laid down Plaguebearer flesh. Using a contrast or speed paint now with the blues and brown creams as the undercoat, gives a natural tint on either side of the model that matches the lighting nicely and saves us a lot of work. Then there's the greens on the plasma rifle, the red of the ceiling valves on the back, the golden lenses and the Enclave logos on the chests of the rest. One of the final stages is the edge highlights, using Citadel's blue horror for the back blue edge. One of the final stages is the edge highlights, using Citadel's blue horror for the blue edges on the backside and AK Interactive's ivory on the brown cream of the front. After that, the models were given an all-over coat of gloss varnish in preparation for the enamel washes, which will be the finishing touches. AK Interactive's streaking grime is laid all over and then carefully taken away using makeup foam buds dipped in odorless mineral spirits. Once dry, AK's decay deposits is deposited on the base and Dirty Down's rust effect on any exposed metal sitting on the sculpted floor. This was, without a doubt, some of my best work from last year, and it was one of the easiest and quickest paint jobs too. As I think I've already mentioned, the footage showing the painting in this video was taken directly from the live streams I broadcast to multiple platforms, including here on YouTube, with the title Fallout Wasteland Warfare Enclave Painting Live Stream. There's about 5 of them, I think. They were broadcast between the 14th and the 31st of July 2023, and I think I should link them below. At some point I want to compile these live streams into a concise painting tutorial that will be available on my Patreon. At the moment I haven't got any Patreons, so join the Patreon, subscribe, like, click on the bell, you know, shout about me from the rooftops, tell all your friends, do everything you can to try and help the channel grow. It'd be super appreciated, and it, then we get to see this channel grow and the journey that we'll go on. I've got lots of videos I want to work on coming up. There's loads of footage that I've captured. I've got a dragon I've painted, which I have captured the entirety of the footage from start to finish of that. I've managed to get some work with Modifius, and they liked what I did, so there looks like there's more work coming in for them. This squad was something that they sent to me along with Jimmy the Brush, Mike Moans, Lord Arlington. We all got models sent to us, and this Enclave Force was the one that I picked. And since then, I applied for some, full-time work with them, and they took me up. So, or not full-time. I'm doing a bit of box art for Modifius, basically, and it's my first bit of box art, so I'm super chuffed about it. I'm still not allowed to tell you what I painted. There's one of them in that cabinet back there, but you won't be able to zoom in and figure out what it is, I don't think. Pretty sure. It was the one that, it was the spare, basically, that they sent me. But yeah, I should be able to talk about that soon. Looking forward to a video on that too, because I've got a whole painting tutorial that I'll be putting together for that too. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and again, click on all the buttons. It would be really appreciated. Thanks a lot. Love you loads. Question everything and have fun. I'm the Mini Mad Cat. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao.
waiting for you will prove untrue. Then what will you do? Maybe you sit and decide, wishing that I